Hi everyone, my name is Abhiraj Garakapati. Welcome to my YouTube channel Amazing Abhai.
Your journey into stories begins here.
Massive success, and he checks his bank account to see a balance of 89,000 when, with his new funds, he immediately heads to the supermarket to finally buy the beast meat he needs. He tells the female employee at the counter he would like to purchase some savage giant eagle meat. The employee informs him of a special promotion. If he buys 100 yen all at once, he will receive a 5% discount. After a moment of thought, Lin Zichen decides to hold off on the purchase for now. He concludes it would be more strategic to wait until he is saved up enough to buy all 100 yen at once to take advantage of the discount, figuring he will likely have enough by the following month. The next day at school, Shen Qinghan excitedly tells Lin Zichen the cafeteria has a new stir-fry counter, and she has heard the chef's dishes are delicious. He agrees to go with her. They arrive at the counter where several chefs are busy, and both are impressed by the amazing aroma. After getting their food, they sit down at a table. Lin's itch and comments that it was a good thing they arrived early, as a long line has already formed. Their meal is interrupted by a loud argument in the line. One student accuses another of cutting, but the second claims his desk mate was saving his spot. The argument escalates, with the first student insisting saving a spot is still cutting and the second becoming defiant. Shen Qinghan recognizes one of the voices and points out to Lin Zichen that their friend, Yu, is the one arguing. She asks if they should check on him. Lin Zichen glances over and calmly tells her it probably isn't necessary, observing that Yu has an aggressive presence and seems to have already scared the other guy off. Lin Zichen's assumption is incorrect. The student Yu was arguing with stands his ground, looking down at Yu with a condescending expression and calling him a punk. Yu finds himself surrounded as the student is joined by his friends. The leader of the group asks Yu what his deal is. One of the other bullies smugly states they have no deal. They are simply cutting in line. Enraged, Yu yells at them to get to the back of the line. He is shocked by their audacity and realizes he is outnumbered. Despite this, Yu tries to hold them back, spreading his arms to block them. He wonders why no one in the crowded cafeteria is stepping in. From their table, Shen Qinghan watches with concern, pointing out to Lin Zichen that their friend Yu is being bullied. Just as the bullies are about to push past Yu, a hand clamps down on the leader's shoulder. It is Lin Zichen, his face shadowed and intimidating. He calmly tells the student to please line up properly. The bully turns around and confronts Lin Zichen with a smirk, defiantly asking what he can possibly do about it if he refuses. Instead of escalating the fight physically, Lin Zichen responds with a sly grin. He pulls out his phone and coolly informs the bully that he will report him. The bully leader scoffs at the threat, calling reporting shameful. With Yu smirking beside him, Lin Zichen coolly retorts that he finds cutting in line even more shameful. Unwilling to be reported, the group of bullies gives up and walks away in frustration. The scene shifts to a luxurious villa in a wealthy district of Shanghai City, where the Rat God cult is holding a secret meeting. Their leader, a man in a black hooded robe, sits on a throne-like chair and addresses his followers. He announces that one of their members, Xiao Chang, is dead, explaining that he went crazy at the market and was killed after provoking the security squad. Another cultist mutters that it is good riddance. The leader then introduces a new young man who will be taking Xiao Chang's place. He relays a new, chilling order from their Lord Rat God. From now on, they must only capture and sacrifice noble elites, as their god finds ordinary people to be too bitter. This new directive causes concern. Two members speak up, arguing that capturing nobles is too risky. They reason that while a missing ordinary person might be overlooked, a missing noble would cause serious trouble. The cult leader suggests they target the sons of rich but powerless merchants to lower the risk. He then turns his attention back to the newcomer. He instructs him that, as he is new, he should not go after nobles yet. Instead, he is to practice by capturing a handsome young man as a sacrifice to one of Rat God's subordinates. The newcomer, his face hidden in the shadows of his hood, confidently accepts the mission, promising he will not just find any handsome man, but will offer the most handsome man in the entire city to the divine child. In the classroom, Yu, is still fuming about the cafeteria. He tells Lin Zichen he investigated the students who cut in line and discovered they are from class 3 of the second year, the same top honors class they are scheduled to challenge. You can't believe students from an elite class could be so rude. Leaning against the lockers, Lin Zichen looks at his phone and remarks that good grades don't mean a person has good manners. His expression shifts as a news alert catches his eye. He reads that another wealthy heir has gone missing, the fifth recently. Knowing the kidnappers haven't asked for a ransom, and remembering the rat god cult's order to capture nobles, Lin Zichen grimly concludes the cult is behind these disappearances. The day of the competition arrives and students gather in a large gym with 2 fighting rings. Tension between the classes is high as the students who bullied you glare at him and you makes a defiant gesture in return. After both classes warm up, the sparring matches begin. Just as she did last time, Shen Xinghen takes the first fight. Her opponent, a senior from the honors class, immediately attacks with a fierce kick. Shen Xinghen blocks the strike, but the senior's power is too great. Her defense is broken and she is knocked to the ground, defeated. The senior is formidable as other first-year girls, including Chu Rui, are also swiftly defeated one by one without landing a single hit. The first year's losing streak is broken when a muscular, short-haired girl defeats the senior with a powerful kick. However, this victory is short-lived. The next senior, a girl with long red hair, immediately seizes control. She is an overwhelming opponent, defeating 9 first-year students in a row in less than 10 minutes, including 3 boys. The first-year class is now down to its last 4 fighters, Lin Zichen, Wang Xiaoji, Liu Gong and He Yu. The situation is bleak as the second-year honors class has only lost 5 students. All girls, a staggering 36 of their students, none of them boys, have yet to fight. Their teacher, Yao Yuanfeng, clenches his fist, feeling the gap and strength is hopeless. With limited options, Yao Yuanfeng tells He Yu it is his turn, asking if he can take out the 6 remaining girls on the opposing team. He Yu confidently agrees, declaring it will be easy, particularly motivated by fighting more attractive female seniors. True to his word, He Yu handles the matches with ease and successfully knocks all 6 remaining girls out of the ring. With the female fighters defeated, the second-year class's first male student enters the ring. With a threatening stomp, he strikes a menacing pose and asks He Yu if he is ready to die. He Yu retorts that his opponent has no manners, recognizing the student as a bully from the cafeteria. He Yu believes he's a pushover and sees a perfect chance for revenge. He Yu's confidence is misplaced as the bully rushes him with surprising speed. Before we move ahead, please take a second to like on this video. A like tells me that you enjoyed this topic. Your support helps Amazing Up High grow naturally. Before He Yu can react, the senior lands a powerful punch to his stomach. He Yu collapses to his knees, stunned. The bully taunts him for being weak and tells him to admit defeat. Enraged, He Yu struggles to his feet and throws a punch, but his opponent easily dodges and counters with a swift kick that sends He Yu flying out of the ring, defeated. Lying on the ground, He Yu realizes with pain that his opponent's strength is far from the lowest among the boys and curses himself for letting his guard down. Having defeated He Yu, the senior bully turns to Lin Zichen, who is standing by the ring. He mockingly asks if Lin Zichen still wants to meddle and challenges him to a fight. Lin Zichen gracefully leaps into the ring, internally noting that he was hoping for this chance. His classmates erupt in cheers, shouting for their brother Shen to crush his opponent and avenge He Yu for his shameful behavior. The match begins and the bully, Kai Wai, rushes at Lin Zichen with a high kick. Lin Zichen, however, is unfazed. He effortlessly blocks the kick with one hand, then grabs Kai Wai's leg and slams him headfirst into the ring floor with incredible force. The impact knocks Kai Yu out cold. Lin Zichen stands over him for a moment before casually kicking his unconscious body out of the ring. The second-year students are in stunned disbelief. One points out that Kai Yu is one of the top 5 strongest fighters in their class, yet he was taken out instantly. They can't comprehend how a junior could be so powerful. Watching from the sidelines, their teacher Yao Yuanfeng concludes that Lin Zichen must be hiding a great deal of his true power. Liu Gong and Wang Xiaoji are equally horrified, wondering if he is even human. Lin Zichen turns to the remaining second-year male students and calmly asks who's next. Their faces contort in fear, terrified by the display. 30 minutes later, the outcome is decided. All 29 remaining students from the second-year class lie defeated. Standing over the last opponent, Lin Zikan wonders about his progress toward his survival of the fittest achievement. A system notification informs him his total count of opponents eliminated is now 119 out of 1,000. He looks at the number with disappointment, realizing the progress is far too slow. He reflects that in every class sparring session, he is always the last to fight, and he decides the slow pace cannot continue. Concluding his strength has far surpassed the high school level, he sees no reason to follow their rules anymore, and resolves to make the rules himself. The following Monday, a shocked shout is heard from the principal's office. Inside, the principal of Shanghai High stares at Lin Zikan in disbelief, asking if he truly wants to hold a personal challenge match with rewards. Lin Zikan confirms his request, boldly stating that he wants to challenge the entire school. In her office, the principal of Shanghai High presses her hand to her forehead, bewildered. She asks Lin Zikan if he is serious about challenging the entire student body as a first year. He confirms his intentions and asks her to come to the gym, promising to prove he has the necessary strength. Later, they arrive at the empty gym. The principal crosses her arms and asks why he brought her there so late. As he removes his school jacket, revealing his muscular build, he confidently tells her he is there to show his true power. The principal, flustered, momentarily misinterpreted his intentions and tries to stop him. However, Lin Zikan walks over to a heavy barbell and grips it. To her astonishment, he lifts the massive 700-kilogram barbell into the air with one hand, holding it effortlessly. The principal stands frozen in shock. It dawns on her what he meant by showing his power. She realizes his strength already surpasses that of the school's most legendary student, Wu Tancheng, during his first year. Completely convinced, the principal gives Lin Zikan a thumbs up. She agrees to his request, promising to arrange an event for him to challenge the entire school. With a sheepish grin, he reminds her they must set up rewards, explaining that without prize money, no one would be motivated to challenge him. He then lays out his clever plan for the prizes. He suggests 2 types of rewards, a participation prize to encourage everyone, and a larger, cumulative prize pool that grows with each challenger. Whoever defeats him wins the entire pool. If no one can beat him within the time limit, all the money will be his. The principal, intrigued, smiles and agrees. Lin Zikan makes one final request: keep his true strength a secret for now. Otherwise, students might be too intimidated. She playfully pats his shoulder and agrees. Later, in her office, she shows Lin Zikan the finalized plan. He confirms it is perfect, thanking her for her hard work. As they speak, 2 teachers, Yao Yuanfeng and Liu Darren, walk by. They are shocked to see the principal's unusually cheerful demeanor towards Lin Zikan, wondering what is going on. Yao Yuanfeng is bewildered, remarking internally how the principal, usually a stern-faced she-devil, is now smiling so pleasantly, completely misinterpreting the situation. At 2 in the afternoon, the student body gathers in the gym, surrounding 2 large fighting rings where Lin Zikan and the principal stand. The principal takes the microphone and begins the announcement. She introduces Lin Zikan, details his recent victories, and explains the rules and prizes for his personal challenge against the entire school. The announcement causes an uproar. The crowd erupts in disbelief and mockery, with many shouting that the principal must have gone crazy. They are insulted by a first year's arrogance, questioning his confidence. One student angrily points out that defeating the second year's strongest class doesn't mean he can take on the third year's, while another calls him arrogant. Facing the hostile crowd, Lin Zikan calmly announces that, starting the next day, he will be in the gym for 2 hours every afternoon, welcoming challengers. Internally, he is pleased by their anger, thinking that with so many eager to fight, he has a good chance of completing his survival of the fittest quest early. The scene shifts to a bustling city street at night. A young man with blonde hair walks alone, sipping a drink. His walk is interrupted when 2 attractive women step in front of him and invite him to a bar. The blonde man looks at them with a cold expression and bluntly tells them to get lost. As they walk away, they mutter that he has no charm. The young man watches them go, annoyed, wondering if Shanghai City is always this lame. The blonde young man is a new member of the Rat God cult, struggling with his first mission. Looking down at the people, he complains that after searching for days, he still hasn't found a single man attractive enough to be a worthy sacrifice. He is consumed by anxiety, picturing his cult leader and worrying how he will be perceived if he fails. He fears failure will lead to being ostracized. He had considered kidnapping a male celebrity, but realized it was impossible as they are constantly surrounded by bodyguards, and he lacks the power to overcome them. As he walks, the pressure mounts. His deadline is fast approaching and he is growing desperate. Just as he is lost in thought, Lin Zichen, out for a run, in a tank top and shorts, sprints past him. The blonde man turns and his eyes widen. He is immediately struck by Lin Zichen's appearance, thinking he has finally found an incredibly handsome man. Before we move ahead, please take a second to share on this video. Sharing helps this video reach friends who may also enjoy anime, gaming, travel, cricket, chess, career basics, or personal stories. Your support helps Amazing Apai grow naturally. He has found his target. The blonde cultist watches Lin Zichen run, feeling triumphant relief. After searching for so long, he has found the perfect target without even trying. A wide, sinister grin spreads across his face as he confirms his decision. Lin Zichen will be his sacrifice. He begins to follow his target, watching as Lin Zichen turns down a deserted industrial alleyway. Seeing the secluded area, the cultist's face twists into a horrifying black-eyed grin. He knows this is the perfect opportunity, deciding it is time to strike. He unleashes his power and undergoes a grotesque transformation, his body contorting into a monstrous beast with a massive tooth-filled maw. However, just as the transformed cultist is about to attack, a brick comes flying out of nowhere and smashes directly into its head with a sickening, bloody impact. The transformed cultist stumbles, clutching its head in pain and confusion after being struck by the brick. From the shadows, Lin Zichen emerges, holding the brick he just threw. He calmly remarks to himself that he didn't expect to find a rat person while out for a run, seeing it as a fortunate chance to increase the unlock progress for his guidebook. The monster trembles in terror, thinking that this human is horrifying and is speaking words it cannot comprehend. It feels incredibly unlucky to have run into him. Before it can react further, the monster collapses to the ground, dead. Lin Zichen looks on in surprise, finding it hard to believe that he killed the creature just by picking up and throwing a single brick. He wonders how a follower of the rat god cult could possibly be so weak. Deciding not to dwell on it, he quickly kneels beside the dead monster to absorb its life essence before anyone else arrives. A system notification appears, confirming he has devoured a trace of the giant mutant rat's life essence and that his guidebook progress has increased to 8%. He looks at the result with disappointment, noting that it only went up by 1%. He concludes that the pathetically low amount of essence is why this particular rat person was so weak. Thinking about his safety, Lin Zichen decides that he won't be coming out for night runs for a while. He knows that not all of the cult's followers are this weak. Some of the more powerful members have incredibly strong bodies after transforming, durable enough to even withstand firearms. The next morning, Lin Zichen is at home when he sees a shocking news report on television. He learns that at 3 o'clock that morning, the Municipal Public Security Bureau, in cooperation with a chemical tutor from Shanghai University, successfully wiped out the rat god cult. The report explains that the tutor is a high-level gene fuser who single-handedly defeated the monstrous Rat King. The broadcast shows footage of the incredible battle, where the massive, multi-eyed beast unleashes a terrifying barrage of sharp spikes at the winged, red-haired gene fuser. The tutor endures the powerful attack, but ultimately emerges victorious. The entire fight lasted only 30 seconds, ending with the colossal Rat King collapsing in defeat as the gene fuser lands, securing a swift and decisive victory. Watching the display, Lin Zichen is left in deep thought, his expression grim. He contemplates the immense power he just witnessed, wondering if this is the true strength of a high-level being, and acknowledging how truly formidable it is. In a modern well-lit room, two men in tactical gear are having a conversation. A blue-haired man sipping from a cup asks his companion, a man with spiky orange hair named Tiancheng, if he has been able to contact their teacher yet. Tiancheng confirms that their teacher is still out of contact. He adds that the entire group of powerful individuals who went to suppress a riot at a place called Source Site 36 remain missing. The blue-haired man then asks about the current situation at the site. Tiancheng replies that it is relatively stable, explaining that if it weren't, he wouldn't have been free to come and clean up the little shrimp that escaped during the initial chaos. The blue-haired man seems to question his dismissive term. The blue-haired man reflects on the entire Public Security Bureau was helpless against. He then internally acknowledges that in the face of a genius high-level being like Tan Cheng, the monstrous Rat King was indeed just a little shrimp. Changing the subject, the blue-haired man playfully puts his arm around Tan Cheng's shoulders, suggesting that since he is already there, he should visit their old school to give a lecture. Tan Cheng resists, stating that he isn't an idle person and has a real job to do. The blue-haired man playfully insists, telling him that providing some ideological guidance to their cute junior students is also a form of work. Deep within a dark cavern under the light of the full moon, it is revealed that the Rat King survived its battle with Wu Tancheng. The creature explains its recent actions, stating that at first it only ate beggars, then it moved on to eating young people. Now it kneels in submission, admitting that it eventually developed a taste for the pampered elite. The Rat King is not alone. It prostrates itself before a new, far more terrifying monster, a colossal, green-skinned being with glowing red eyes and immense power. This new monster scolds the Rat King, angrily telling it that it went to great trouble to bring the Rat King there to have its clan dig tunnels. Instead, the Rat King went around eating people and caused a huge commotion that drew unwanted attention. The giant monster glares down and menacingly asks the Rat King if it believes it deserves to die for its failure. Terrified, the Rat King begs its master for another chance. The giant monster considers the plea and agrees that it can give the Rat King another chance, but it clarifies that there will be a price to pay. Without another word, the monster's clawed hand strikes the Rat King and a spray of blood fills the air. Deep in the cavern, the giant green monster continues punishing the Rat King. Having ripped out one of its eyes, the monster holds the bloody orb and remarks that while the sewer rat's eyes smell foul, they taste delicious. The monster then grabs the cowering Rat King, acknowledging its cleverness for hiding and sending a subordinate to pose as the Rat King to be defeated by the authorities. This reveals the creature Wu Tancheng fought was merely a decoy. However, the monster delivers a final chilling warning. If the Rat King fails to dig tunnels as commanded, it will still die. Meanwhile, back at Shanghai High, the day of Lin Zichen's personal challenge has arrived. As he walks toward the gym, he is the subject of intense gossip. Students point him out as the arrogant first year who dared to challenge the entire school, with many eager to watch. Lin Zichen, however, is focused on his phone, where he is looking at a wanted notice for the 9 fugitive members of the Rat God cult, noting the 500,000 yuan reward for their capture. He thinks of them as a walking fortune, but his practical nature takes over, and he reminds himself that if he was safe before thinking about the bounty, he arrives at the gym to find it packed with students surrounding the fighting rings, just as he had hoped. Looking at the scene of potential opponents, he knows the large turnout is not just due to his challenge, but also because of the final part of his plan, the participation prize. To motivate the crowd, Shen Qinghan stands on the sidelines with a megaphone, announcing that every participant will receive a lottery ticket for a chance to win prizes. The announcement works perfectly, and the male students erupt in excitement. They shout about the amazing prizes, including the latest game consoles and smartphones, though one boy is more interested in the possibility of touching Shen Qinghan's hand during the lottery. This same boy eagerly reaches forward to be the first volunteer. However, before he can finish speaking, a female student leaps over him, stepping on his head as she declares she will go first. This opens the floodgates, and a massive chaotic crowd of female students rushes forward, trampling the boys, as they all clamor for a chance to fight Lin Zichen. Soon the fighting ring is filled with a large group of girls who have surrounded Lin Zichen, eagerly declaring they want to challenge him. The challenge, however, quickly becomes his female classmates fawnting over him. One girl touches his arm, excitedly exclaiming how strong he feels, while another caresses his face, admiring how handsome he is. Completely surrounded, Lin Zichen thinks the situation has taken a. Before we move ahead, please take a second to like on this video. A like tells me that you enjoyed this topic. Your support helps Amazing Up High grow naturally. Strange turn. He feels reluctant to fight girls, but steels his resolve. Knowing that to complete his achievement, he has no other choice. He begins to concentrate his power. With a series of gentle but firm pushes, he sends the girls flying out of the ring one by one. Finally, Kia unleashes a wave of energy that repels them all at once, apologizing as they are cleared from the ring. After the chaos has settled, Lin Zichen checks his system. A notification shows his progress for the survival of the fittest achievement has now reached 309 out of 1,000. Despite being defeated, the female students are undeterred. One girl with pinkish hair eagerly raises her hand, shouting she wants to challenge him again. However, Lin Zichen stands firm and coldly announces that according to the rules, defeated challengers may not reach challenge. The girls are crestfallen, with one complaining about the unfair rule. A large muscular student and his friend step forward, and their leader cracks his knuckles, angrily declaring it is now his turn to teach the arrogant junior a lesson. This proves to be an empty threat. Lin Zichen effortlessly defeats opponent after opponent with single punches, and his system shows his survival of the fittest progress has climbed to 419 out of 1,000. Soon, he stands triumphantly atop a massive pile of unconscious students and calmly asks who is next. Just then, a new, more formidable challenger steps forward, declaring he is still there to fight. He leaps into the ring, and the other students immediately recognize him as Yan Shaoxuan, the overlord of the second year's top honors class. They begin to murmur, wondering who will win. The consensus is that Yan Shaoxuan has the advantage, recalling his legendary reputation for once defeating an entire class single-handedly. Though he was eventually put in his place by Yan Shaoxuan lands in the ring and addresses Lin Zichen, telling him he was once arrogant, just like him, but was taught a valuable lesson. He explains that he learned there is always someone stronger. He then launches into a condescending monologue, offering to teach Lin Zichen a life lesson. Completely ignoring the speech, Lin Zichen turns to the teacher and simply asks if he can begin. The flustered teacher quickly declares the start of the match. Before Yan Shaoxuan can finish his advice, Lin Zichen interrupts him with a single, devastating kick that sends him flying across the ring. As Yan Shaoxuan crashes into the far wall, Lin Zichen casually puts a finger in his ear, remarking with relief that it is finally quiet. The students are left in stunned silence. They shout in disbelief, questioning how their school's formidable overlord could have been defeated so instantly, and wondering just how powerful Lin Zichen truly is. The stunned silence is broken by slow, deliberate clapping. A new challenger, a muscular student with spiky red hair, makes his way through the crowd. The students immediately recognize him as Chen Wuzing, the #1 student in the entire school, and they erupt in excitement, assuming the real show is about to begin. Lin Zichen watches the newcomer approach, thinking this is a classic case of beating the young one brings out the old one. Chen Wuzing lands in the ring with a confidence, remarking that he never expected Yan Shaoxuan to lose to a junior. However, just as he is about to start his own speech, Lin Zichen again cuts him off, turning to the teacher and asking to begin. Over Chen Wuzing's protests, the teacher starts the match. Enraged at being ignored, Chen Wuzing charges forward, surrounded by a blue aura, declaring it seems he will have to beat his opponent to make him listen. Lin Zichen meets the charge, his own fist glowing with a yellow aura. Their powerful blows collide in a massive shock wave. Chen Wuzing apologizes, but Lin Zichen simply states that he is in a hurry and unleashes a powerful punch. The blow is too much for Chen Wuzing. It sends him flying backward, his shirt torn, his face a mask of disbelief as he questions how this is possible. The entire student body watches in absolute shock, their jaws hanging open as they witness the instantaneous defeat of their school's strongest fighter. With the school's strongest fighters defeated, Lin Zichen turns to the still stunned crowd. He points to a random student and tells him to get in the ring to fight. The student points to himself in disbelief, and Lin Zichen confirms it, stating they haven't fought yet. The student nervously asks him to be gentle, but Lin Zichen smiles and reminds him that if he participates, he will get a lottery ticket. Motivated, the student rushes into the ring and Lin Zichen promises to go easy. His promise is short-lived as he immediately knocks the student out with a single punch. A system notification confirms that his achievement progress for survival of the fittest has increased by 1. Seeing this, the rest of the student body realizes there is no shame in losing to someone so overwhelmingly powerful, and they still have a chance to win the lottery prizes. Renewed enthusiasm sweeps through the crowd as they all surge forward, motivated by the prospect of winning a new smartphone. What follows is a systematic and effortless series of victories for Lin Zichen. He stands his ground, easily dispatching every student who challenges him, with his systems counter-ticking up by one with each defeated opponent. After the final student is defeated, a large system notification appears, announcing that by eliminating 1,000 different competitors, he has successfully completed the achievement. Another notification immediately follows, confirming he has finally acquired the new biological attribute, survival of the fittest. Lin Zichen clenches his fist, a look of pure triumph on his face, ecstatic that his long and arduous challenge has finally paid off. With his quest complete, a system notification details Lin Zichen's new reward. He has acquired the biological attribute, survival of the fittest, which increases the damage he inflicts on other living beings. He strokes his chin thoughtfully, concluding that while it is a simple and practical damage-boosting ability, he is slightly annoyed this system doesn't specify the exact value of the increase. His objective achieved, Lin Zichen leaps down from the ring and announces the challenge is over. The female students are disappointed, complaining it ended too quickly and they wanted to watch him more. Wasting no time, Lin Zichen grabs Shen Jinhan's hand, leads her through the parting crowd, and they quickly leave the emptying gym. Later, a hearty laugh is heard from the principal's office. Inside, the principal of Shanghai High sits on her desk, congratulating Lin Zichen for officially earning the title of the school's #1 fighter. Leaning in close, she playfully questions him, suggesting that since he defeated even Chen Wuxing in an instant, he must surely be hiding his true strength. Sitting on the couch with Shen Jinhan, Lin Zichen sips his drink and modestly replies that he only hid a little of his power. The principal gives him a knowing look, clearly not believing him. She brings up Chen Wuxing's recent special entrance exam for Kyoto University, where he lifted a 690 kg barbell with one hand. Based on that, she confidently estimates that Lin Zichen's own one-handed lift must be at least 800 kg. Internally, Lin Zichen knows he cannot let her find out his true, much higher strength. He plays along, telling her that her guess is nearly perfect, and his official data shows a lift of 795 kg. The principal laughs triumphantly, pleased she was right. As she celebrates, Lin Zichen tries to get her attention. Having established himself as the school's strongest, Lin Zichen immediately turns to his true priority. With an eager expression, he raises his hand and asks the principal when he can expect the 8,810 yuan prize money. Amused by his focus on money, the principal playfully calls him a little rascal, but agrees and immediately transfers the funds. Just as the principal begins to discuss his new responsibilities, Lin Zichen interrupts, asking if there is anything else he can do for her. He then makes a special request. Since both he and Shen Qinghan enjoy swimming, he asks for use of the gym's swimming pool. He clarifies that he wants exclusive access, meaning the pool should be closed to everyone else whenever they use it. The principal smiles and readily agrees. Internally surprised at how easily she consented, Lin Zichen adds one more condition. He explains that he dislikes being watched in his swim trunks, so he will be covering the security cameras during their private sessions. This statement causes Shen Qinghan to blush furiously. The principal's mind immediately jumps to a suggestive conclusion, thinking about the implications of a boy and girl being L. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to Amazing Up High. Subscribing makes sure you do not miss the next video, and it gives me motivation to keep improving the quality of every upload. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.